Are you looking for a new fitness challenge? Because
Always.
I know I am. And
Yes.
why not?
We're gonna do some Tabata Bootcamp. I'm ready with Elizabeth Leonard. She's the personal trainer from ElizabethLeonard.com. We're doing Tabata training. And this is Bootcamp?
This is Tabata Bootcamp.
All right, you gave me this hat so I can be ready to go. Is this gonna give me magical Bootcamp energy?
This is going to give you super magical Bootcamp energy.
Good.
Will it?
For
Good.
sure.
So
for sure.
first of all, let's talk about what a boot camp is and what interval training is, because the people out there might not be familiar with it, but it's something that's really catching on.
Absolutely. Well, what Tabata Bootcamp, guys, is actually a system. It's not just your exercise routine. So it's almost like a three-pronged attack. So we combine your exercise, your nutrition, and also behavior change. So the idea is to come in, work out really hard through the type of interval training I'll give you samples of today, but then you also have homework that you get to do at home, and there's food journaling, there's sample recipes that are involved.
Well, because at the end of the day, working out can only help you so much. You really have to change your diet if you want to change your midsection.
Sounds like it's a lifestyle change
Yeah.
too, and
It
you
is
kind
a
of walk people
lifestyle
through that.
change.
All right.
Exactly,
So you're gonna get us
exactly.
moving. I already did some yoga twists. Now I'm ready to do
Okay,
boot
so
camp.
this is one of the reasons why this program is not just to get the fitter, but it works for everyone. I'm going to start you with a basic move called squat and reach.
Okay.
So we'll start here, squat, and we're going to go ahead and just reach up. So you can see how this could be doable for anyone. And
Anyone, yeah.
Yeah, so I'd have you work here for a certain period of time at a level that feels like work. So I know you guys well enough to know you're going to have to give me a little bit more.
Okay.
So we'd start here, finish the interval, come into recovery. So let's take that recovery in as if we had done the whole interval. Then I'll say to you, okay, so the next interval, we're going to take 10 seconds off, but I'm going to ask you to work harder.
Okay.
So let's find a way to do that. We can either add speed, lifting the heels, or maybe a little bit of a jump. And then we'd stay here for a certain amount of time, depending on the type of interval. Then I'd ask you to recover. And the last piece, the 20-second interval, is taking the same base exercise, and I'm going to ask you to work as hard as you safely can for 20 seconds. So let's take it down and dirty.
Down all the way?
Fingertips to the floor. Oh, yeah. And we're going to jump all out. Let's go. All the way up and down. Keep going for it. Now,
I feel like I should be saying ribbit.
yeah.
Ribbit.
Now, at the end of this, I want you to feel a little warm, very breathless.
What if I already feel both of those things?
That is perfect. Then you are working exactly where you need to be.
Very warm.
All right.
All right.
Very
Time.
warm.
So interval training is more or less also a great excuse for me to catch my breath, but you do very hard work for a short amount of time to get your heart rate going high.
That is the whole basis of this program. You can get this whole workout in 30 minutes.
Very
Nice.
cool.
30 minutes.
And then they say sometimes interval training can keep you burning calories throughout the day.
That's perfect, spot on. So there's this magic acronym called EPOC. It's excessive post-oxygen consumption. And the studies, this is based on science, show that if you're working hard enough in your 4-minute max interval, you could burn up to an extra 250 calories later that same day while the body's recovering.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
I could use some of that.
I
Is
could
it
be
weird,
watching TV burning calories?
Yes.
is it weird that I'm out of breath right now?
That is exactly where you should be, because the perfect cue is working as hard as you safely can.
And that's the thing, because these interval trainings, it's not just for people who are really fit. Anybody can do it because you can start at your base level.
Absolutely. We could take a beginner, someone maybe really deconditioned, someone who has maybe some injuries. I could have them start in the chairs that you just had for yoga and start to stand up. And that could be as hard as they're safely working that day.
And that's good enough for them.
Absolutely.
Now, we have about a minute left, Elizabeth. What are we
Yes.
doing with these?
So we can take that same concept and utilize these figure 8 tubes to get the strength component.
Okay.
So I'll give you something that'll be pretty easy to manipulate. Let's take the tube underneath the right foot.
Okay.
And we're going to go into a bicep interval. I'm going to ask you to roll the shoulders back. So we would start here.
Ooh, I
Yeah,
like it.
Is that great? So if I asked you to stay here for a 40, 30, 20 timing interval, this would be your base level. We'd recover. The next round, I'd ask you to work harder. How would you make this harder? You'd have to start
Faster.
to give me speed.
Oh, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. Hey,
Unfortunately, we're out of
let's bring
time.
our